friends, and welcome back to Girl on Fire, the financial independence podcast for independent women. My name is Priya. I'm a chartered accountant, an analyst, and the creator of Paper Money Co. I'm also a fierce financial feminist and the host of this podcast. I believe that a woman who is in control of her money is in control of her life. This week is going to be a pretty quick episode, but what I wanted to talk about today is the idea of paying yourself first. This is something you've probably heard of before, and I think I might have mentioned it on this show a few times. And it's not a particularly difficult idea to understand or to get started implementing in your budget. But I didn't want to assume that because it's common and simple that you automatically know what it is. And paying yourself first is a good rule. So I wanted to make sure that we're still covering the basics even though we talk about a bunch of things on this show. But I've got a few quick PSAs, prior service announcements, before we get started. I have another weekly update for my campers. The notes and transcript for this episode, including bonus content, are already live in the members area and ready for you to download. There's a bonus masterclass coming for you later this week as well. It'll be live on Thursday or Friday, depending on where you are in the world. Also, the next installment of my backstage vlog series is going up tomorrow as well. I'm sharing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, so you'll get a look at my life behind the numbers. I'm also recording an amazing reading vlog for you. I've already finished our February title, so I'm recording my review for that as well, and I can't wait to share it with you. And some of you campers have already started submitting titles for consideration in our 2023 book club title vote, which is happening in September, and it makes me so happy. If you want to submit a title, just open up the sidebar when you're in the members area and it's right there under Bonfire Book Club. Campfire is the premier membership community helping you take control of your money and take control of your life with a ton of masterclasses, bonus content, spreadsheets, accountability, and fun for just $4.99 a month. We even have a book club. We read a book a month together. Campers get to suggest and vote on titles. We have reading vlogs, reading challenges, TBR show and tell, and all sorts of bookish things. And because I love helping you save money, you can also get 2 full months of Campfire access for free if you pay yearly. Head on over to papermoneyco.com/campfire to start your 10-day free trial. If you're not a camper, then don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. I've put together a super helpful financial success checklist. It's a step-by-step checklist that'll guide you in taking control of your finances and creating your own financial success. It's totally free and it's just for my Girl on Fire listeners. You can get your copy at papermoneyco.com/checklist. As always, Girl on Fire is about learning, so grab your favorite notebook or journal and get ready to take some notes or draw some diagrams, write down your questions for me, you do you. If you listen to this show while you're cleaning, you can always find the transcript on my website at papermoneyco.com/GOF49. Or you can become a camper today and you'll find the deluxe edition of the transcript waiting for you in the Campfire members area. It's an interactive document which includes my own notes, steps to help you take action on this episode, and a space to journal your notes and thoughts. If you're a regular listener and you want a taste of what these deluxe transcripts look like, you can grab the notes for the first episode of Season 2 for free at papermoneyco.com/transcript. Okay, now that we've gotten that housekeeping out of the way, let's dive in. So what is the paying yourself first rule? It's the idea of contributing to your savings and retirements and investments before you pay anyone else, your creditors and retailers and such. A lot of times people get paid and they spend money on whatever they spend money on, and then they save what's left over. Paying yourself first is just turning that around. You get paid, you save and invest first, and then you spend what's left over. That's all it is. You're just prioritizing your saving and investing by checking those things off your list first before you start spending money anywhere else. You'll still need to pay your bills and meet your other financial obligations, but you're putting your savings and investings first. And if you realize you don't have enough to go around, you start cutting things out and reducing your costs instead of saving less money. So it's a really simple concept and it's really easy to start implementing in your budget. The main idea would be that the moment you get paid, you transfer some money into your savings and investments, or even better, you set up a recurring payment to automatically trigger when you get paid. It's kind of an out of sight, out of mind deal. Your savings and investing are done with minimal effort, and then you just have to allocate the rest of your money to each of your expenses. If you have trouble with saving money, then it's a good trick to try. Or if you intend to save money but then end up spending it throughout the month, then I highly recommend you give it a try. So now that we know what the paying yourself first rule is, does it work? And the short answer is yes. I think it can work really well, not just because you're putting money aside for your future and your goals, but also because you're in that mindset of prioritizing your future and your goals. And then you have to make do for the rest of the time until your next paycheck, which also forces you to be more intentional about how you spend your money. However, there is one thing you need to keep in mind here. Paying yourself first doesn't mean that you let your other financial obligations slide. And what I mean by that is that you have to make sure you're still able to pay your bills on time. And you have to make sure you have enough money left over to cover all your variable expenses, especially your essentials like food and transport and medicine. So if you want to get started with paying yourself first, this is what I'd recommend. For your current budget or your next budget, just leave it as is. Just finish it out as you normally would. I want you to really get a sense of how much you're spending on your bills and expenses, especially the essential ones, because you need to make sure that you're still setting aside enough money to cover those expenses. So this is what I want you to do the next time you set your budget. I want you to look at your previous budgets, not your budgets over Christmas or the holidays, just in normal, everyday life times. How much are you saving on average in each budget? It doesn't matter if it's $1,000 or $10. I just want you to get a sense of how much you're generally able to do during a normal month. Let's say, for example, in January, you saved $250. If you're a camper and you're using my incredible Money Mastery spreadsheet, the number is right there in front of you. It really does make this entire process so much easier. If you're budgeting on paper, you might need to do some calculating. But let's say you saved $250 last month and that was normal. That's how much you save every month on average. Then when you budget next month, budget for saving $250. But instead of waiting until the end of the period to save that money, you're going to transfer it from your income to your savings account as soon as you get paid. Now, if you have extra money left over at the end of the month, lucky you. You can either save it and boost your goals even further, or you can spoil yourself and spend it. That's usually what I do. I treat it as a bonus for me to do whatever I want with. And if there's nothing that I feel like buying, or if I want to wait for a sale, then I put it in my fun spending sinking fund. And that's all I have for you girls on fire today. Like I said, this is a simple topic and a quick episode. My challenge for you this week is to have a look at your past budgets and see how much you're saving on average every month. It's up to you to decide whether paying yourself first is suitable for your finances and if you want to try it out. But just start by seeing how much you're saving on average. Remember to head to papermoneycode.com/checklist to grab your copy of my free financial success checklist exclusively for Girl on Fire listeners. For my campers, the deluxe version of the transcript, including action items and additional notes, is up and waiting for you in the members area. On next week's episode, we're talking about the toxic positivity of financial affirmations. It's going to be a really interesting episode, so you're definitely not going to want to miss it. Don't forget to rate and review this podcast at papermoneycode.com/podcast review. It really helps me figure out whether you're enjoying this content and learning from it. Reviews help me improve my content so that the episodes get better and better, and they help other women out in the internet wilderness come and find us as well. It's also a great way to support this show. It's totally free and I love reading your reviews. As always, if you enjoyed this episode or found it interesting, then spread the love and share it with your friends. And remember, when you're in control of your money, you're in control of your life. Bye for now. I'll see you next week.